All right, guys, Coach Lou here. Number one thing, I want you guys to stay all the way to the end because I have some cool stuff or a good offer if you guys stay all the way to the end, right? I'm trying to keep this under 5 minutes as well because I know you guys are busy. One of the big things is like, what did I wish that I knew? What did I wish I really knew back when I first started my fitness or performance journey that I know now, right? And if I could help you guys, by all means, I'm a real coach. I'm a trainer. Whatever which way people want to label themselves, I just call myself a trainer. It's not a big deal to me. Meaning strength coach, blah, 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 fitness, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. So what did I wish I knew? And what's the most confusing thing for me to learn? It was probably nutrition, to be honest. And it's because until I really started studying exercise physiology and started understanding systems and really were able to apply some of these things that I was learning, then I really knew what was real, right? So on your guys' side, you guys are marketed a lot of different diets, right? And like I always said, if you watch my prior videos, if we go to Barnes & Nobles right now, there's a shit ton of diets in the health and diet section, right? I mean, our bodies only do a couple things with fuel, right? With food. There's not that many things. So how there's so many different diets? Because it's marketing, right? And they want to put you in your special little box and make you, feel like you need something special, which you don't. So I just want to go over. Basically, we have the craze nowadays, right? We have keto. Ooh, I'm doing keto. Big whoops. You probably have stank breath, to be honest. I'm sorry. Intermittent fasting, right? We have product-based and we have low-fat. If you notice right here, they all lead to a caloric deficit, calorie deficit. Google it. Learn about it. That's the only way you could lose fats on the body. And you could almost say weight in a sense, because there's other variables that matter. You can lose weight and it also come from muscle size if you don't do some certain things with your nutrition. So let's just go over keto. I don't recommend this for a general population of people because I don't believe that they'll be able to sustain with it for life. And if you're not able to sustain with it for life, then it's just off my radar, right? So number one thing, we are metabolically flexible as humans. So what that means is you could use glycogen or carbohydrates that's in your blood, in going to tissue as fuel. If you remove these carbohydrates, which takes a long time, meaning you're not eating a lot of carbohydrates, you're eating proteins, fats, we are also able to use triglycerides or fats as fuel, right? Now, most people are tweaked a certain way. There's tests that you could actually run on yourself to know which one you are. I'm super carb sensitive. I tell you that straight up. Like, I know it for sure, right? Now, like I said, I don't really, I know it's the craze and they sell all these products. I don't think people could do it, to be honest, because you can't just tweak it. These things, to go into ketosis is not a short-term thing, right? And I literally hear people say, yeah, I just do it Monday through Friday sometimes, and then I do whatever I want on the weekends. That's not keto. That's not what that's not, you know what I mean? That's not how you get things done. For everyday people, for some more disciplined people, possibly, I could see. And if you enjoy it, by all means, do it. I just think average everyday people shouldn't do it because they couldn't last with it. Intermittent fasting. If I had anything that I tell you that I've done that kind of worked for me, and it'll work for you as well, is you just, intermittent fasting is you're minimizing the window of which you're eating, right? So let's just say you only eat from 12 or noon to 7 p.m., right? After 7, you don't eat anything, but you could have some non-caloric foods, right? There's teas, there's decaf coffee, blah, 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 whatever. Now, you're not eating from 7 at night, past 7 in the morning, all the way to 12. So however many hours that is, 16, 17, whatever that is, right? And you're only eating from 1 to 7. So it's minimizing the hours that that you're taking in calories. So what are you really doing? You're establishing a calorie deficit because you're probably eating less. You're minimizing the window of what, right? Now, I think that'll work for a lot of people, to be honest. That'll work for the most part. They could get through to that because you're not really saying they can't have this. You're just minimizing the time, which is another way to establish a caloric deficit, right? Product-based. Probably the biggest bullshit that I see out there today. And I'm going to call some people out. Just because you lost 30, 40 pounds and you sell some shit now that helped you, that does not mean you're a coach. I'm sorry. I will stand by my exercise physiology degree and all these damn certifications that I've put up and thousands of people that I've trained against your bullshit product any day. Any day of the week. Trust me. I'll tell you how that shit works. So calling yourself a coach, that's just a pet peeve of mine. That doesn't, but nobody needs a product to lose weight. You don't. That's like shiny object syndrome. And people think that they need something to train efficiently with. And you know what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's cool to have Kaiser machines and to have all these resistance flywheel type stuff, but it's not needed. You could get the stuff done with the basics, right? With dumbbells and kettlebells and barbells. You don't really need all this fancy stuff, pneumatic machines and stuff like that. Same thing with products. You don't need these products to lose weight. And if you are using these products, all you're doing is what? You're establishing a calorie deficit because you're replacing a shitty meal that you would have been eating with a shake. Wow, of course, it's a lot less calories. So what are you really establishing on the body, right? And then the last one is the low fat craze. We've demonized the word fat, especially in male culture, in a sense. And if you know anything about human systems, especially with males or females, good fats are the precursor for different hormones. So what happens to a female if her body fat starts to dip too low? She starts to mess with her menstrual cycle, right? Hence why women optimally have a higher optimally shoot for a higher fat percentage than males, right? But that's fat in the diet. So in essence, this is essentially the opposite of this, right? And you would only be eating obviously proteins and carbohydrates, which I don't recommend, to be honest. Even though the reason that works and it still establishes a calorie deficit, because a gram of fat is 9 calories. So you minimize 30 grams of fat, that's 270 calories. You minimize 50 grams of fat, that's 450 calories. You know what I'm saying? So it's double the amount. You're eliminating all that stuff. So hopefully that clears some stuff up for you guys. I think the best diet you should do is the one you could stick to for your life and socially allows you to live a real life as opposed to being like a fitness fanatic and telling everybody everything you eat all the time, which people tend to do that to me and I could care less what the fuck you eat, to be honest. But guys, pay attention to this stuff, learn, invest a little bit of time, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, and you'll learn some real stuff. Don't fall for the fads. History tends to repeat itself. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you guys want, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for basically 10 people, right? I'm going to be launching relaunching my online section of TSA, and it is soup to nuts, going to be 10 times better than what I used to do. And this is going to be maximizing results, and I'm going to make it super simple. But you guys be on the lookout for that. If you want in right now and you know you want in, and you know, like maybe you've worked with me in the past, what I do now is completely different, and just DM me, and I'll tell you more about it. But guys, Coach Lou here. Well, I'm always going to speak the truth to you guys. Till later.